Welcome back to Tabletop Tactics and welcome to this special battle report. The Astra Militarum Codex is here, and with it the Death Korps of Krieg make a daring dash across the battlefield into the smog and haze of the repugnant Death Guard. Will the stalwart Kriegsmen and their siege regiments hold the line for the Emperor, or will they succumb to the virulence of Nurgle's chosen? Tally ho, pip pip, the Imperial Guard are here. It's a whole new year and we have a whole new codex in the form of Codex Astra Militarum. Thank you to Games Workshop for sending this to us so we can review it and put this battle together for you so you can see what the units within the Krieg box can do, what they're capable of. If you love the way these Kriegs are painted, like I do, they're so gorgeous. Fletch has done an amazing job of them. You can check out the painting tutorial we have on how to paint the Kriegsmen, much like ours, which is available on demand right now. It came out on Friday, so go check that out. Head over to tabletoptactics.tv and sign up. We've got loads of videos on there, as well as our full review of Codex Astra Militarum. That is available right now, in fact. But going into the battle today, I am taking the Siege Regiment. Is it the most powerful detachment in the book? Probably not. Is it even better than Combined Arms? I'm not really sure, but I wanted to pick something that was very evocative of Krieg, siege warfare, artillery, trench line fighting, and a lot of the detachment stratagems for the Siege Regiment are really kind of what you'd expect from the things available to the Krieg. So I really want to show off these new amazing models we have, so that's why I've picked that detachment today. I'll have to just see how it does today. So the way the detachment rule works is at the start of the battle round, you can pick to do various different types of supporting artillery fire. One of them reduces your opponent's movement, one of them strips cover away from them, and the other one you can use defensively to pop smoke effectively on 3 extra units, which is very, very nice without having to use CP. Now, the kind of downside to it is you can't be within 12 of any enemy models, so it's hard to use it later on except defensively, but we'll just see how it works in practice as we go through the battle. The Warlord today is Lord Marshal Drier. It's a very cool model. He's an absolute beat stick. He's got the Sabre of Sacrifice. He's anti-infantry 4. He does devastating wounds on the charge. I really hope he could do something cool today. Maybe snipe a character, looking at you, Typhus, or the Lord of Contagion. See if I can sever your head. He is supported by 5 of the Death Riders. Being able to give them the devastating wounds on the charge does help them punch up a bit. It'd be nice to have the full 10, because that's where I think they're most effective. But we've gone for a 5-man unit today, because that's what we have available. We do then also have 30 Krieg Guardsmen, 3 units of 10 to hold objectives and push forward, and we have a brand new artillery team. I really like this unit. I've opted for the siege cannon. It is quite hard to make it hit a barn door, but when it does, it's really quite a powerful piece of artillery, so hopefully it'll be able to crack open some tanks today and do some business. We do then also have a tank commander. He'll be armed with the Demolisher cannon, the multi-melters and the las cannon to give me some serious punishing anti-tank firepower. And then I have 3 Basilisks and 3 Manticores. We haven't seen them for a while, and I wanted to take something that sort of lent into the siege warfare, defensive trench line kind of vibe, so that's what I've gone for. They've sort of had a bit of a side grade or downgrade with the artillery here. They've lost the things like heavy and stuff like that, but I still think potentially they'll be able to work quite well with something like the incendiary bombardment in the siege detachment to strip away cover and help that -2 really do the business. Then, to round out the list and help the Kriegsmen push up the battlefield, I do have 3 Hellhounds. These have always been great and they remain being great. They're so fantastic at dealing with infantry. They're really quite resilient, so I'm hoping they can push up as sort of the first wave, clear out the trenches, then allow the Kriegsmen to push up and take objectives. That's the plan. I'm intrigued to see how this detachment goes. It doesn't have much in the way of like big tanks today, and it doesn't have the lethal hits that you get from Combined Arms or things like that, so we'll just have to see how it works in practice. Wish me luck, and let's head to the battlefield.
Folks, it's time to spread the sickness amongst the ranks of these gas mask wearing Kriegsmen. I'm running the Death Guard today with a Lawrence Special 2,000 points. I haven't run them in 10, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do. I'm going to run the old detachment with this list, just because it feels thematic to have a whole bunch of Poxwalkers shambling their way across the trench lines towards the Kriegsmen. So, heading up the force is a Daemon Prince with wings. I have given him the deadly pathogen enhancement so that he can be better in combat, and I'm hoping that I can get into the lines and cut off loads of guardsmen's heads. Flanking him, we have Typhus and a Lord of Contagion. They will both be heading up units of 3 Deathshrouds. I'll deep strike them in and hopefully spread some sickness further into the ranks during the game. Battle line wise, we don't actually have any battle line, we just have Poxwalkers. So we've got 3 units of 20 Poxwalkers, which hopefully can just spread across objectives and generally eat guardsmen brains. Supporting them, we have demon engines galore. I have 3 Defilers, they should hopefully do some work, and I also have 3 Plagueburst Crawlers. So I've got some artillery of my own as I need to lay siege to these guardsmen defending the trenches. That is the list. It's 2,000 points on the nose. Let's see what it can do against this all-new Guard Codex.
Today's mission is Take and Hold, with the mission rule Stalwarts, played on a tipping point deployment.
Yes, you breathe through that gas mask and I'll breathe through my horrible putrid
you probably don't sound much better. I realise that was more Darth Vader than Death Korps of Krieg, but we'll work with it. I'll work on it as we go. Yeah. It's a whole brave new world.
Well, my Daemon Prince is the warlord, and I'm going to name him Darth Plagueis.
Nice. I like it. Lord Marshal Drier is my warlord. He's going to cut you down with a sabre of sacrifice.
I hope that there will be a great duel. Typhus is up in the old Teleportarium, along with the Lord of Contagion at the moment.
Very nice.
So they will be deep striking down, hopefully seeking out this cavalryman, this horse master.
He's got a giant chicken horse. He's not scared of you.
I will show him what a horseman of the apocalypse can truly do.
Nice! Just to quickly note, the artillery team do have a siege cannon as the option I've given them, which is quite nice at dealing with some vehicles. I see you brought some. I like that you have artillery, I have artillery. It's very trench warfare, it's very exciting.
It is.
So I am running the Siege Regiment today, guys, from the new Codex of Astra Militarum. I will be running another detachment. I'm going to go for the Hammer of the Emperor on demand this week. So head over there if you want to see that in action. That's very tank heavy, so that should be very, very exciting indeed. But I'm intrigued to see how this goes with the Siege Regiment. Yeah. It's very Krieg. I've gone for a theme here. Yeah. How it actually plays is still to be... We shall see.
I'm not running the new Death Guard detachment.
You're going out Classica.
Classic, spread the sickness, and I'm going to be taking the -1 to your weapon skill and ballistic skill. And
makes complete sense. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Should we roll to see who goes first?
Yeah, who's going first? Hit that! Oh! Hit that! Ooh. Oh, it's ominous. It's ominous.
Ooh.
It's half ominous.
Okay, so the Death Guard makes sense. We're the attackers.
I
start shambling towards you. Let's see where we go.
Okay. Enjoying today's video? Here's a quick look at what we've released this week for our on-demand members. These videos join a huge library of exclusive content that grows every week for our on-demand community. If you want instant access to all of these videos and more, head over to tabletoptactics.tv or download our app and sign up today. Let's head back to the battle.
My Demon Prince has drawn the following. Recover assets and bring it down. You, however, have done some smoky shells.
I have done some smoky shells.
Please explain.
So I get to use my artillery support, which is the detachment rule for the Siege Regiment. Essentially, I can use it on your army if you're over 12 inches away from me. So it might be more trickier to pull off later in the game, because obviously they're trying to be nice and not blow ourselves up. But you get to pick different things. I can reduce your movement, remove cover. But since you're going first, I've opted to put smoke shells on the Manticore, the Hound, and the Basilisk that are a bit more out in the open, which will give them stealth, which is very nice. So essentially they're just popping smoke. So there's a big smoky cloud in the center of the battlefield, then everything else is behind line of sight and cover, so it should be relatively well protected.
Okay,
that's my thinking.
Okay, very nice. All right, well, I'm going to shamble forward.
Okay.
And then try and get some shots off. The first of our demonic vehicles stomp forward towards the central objective. Flanking this vile engine is yet another that marches its way on its spider-like legs. Black smoke trails the turbines of this Demon Prince as he follows the Defilers before him. The Poxwalkers start to shamble around this bunker, which is a critical objective and command center for our Death Guard forces. So they will recover the assets here, and their neighboring units will also move up as well. The Plagueburst Crawlers crush trenches before them and move to the flank here to draw beads from the enemy artillery. The sound of distorted hydraulics is heard across the battlefield as this Defiler makes its way across the large bunker. The shambling Poxwalkers advance towards this objective, stumbling across craters and rocks underneath their diseased feet. Ugh. Squelchy. The final tracked tank in the Death Guard battle line moves over the trench and supports the assault of the Poxwalkers. The first of my Defilers, my infested walkers, opens up. I've rolled a 3 on the battle cannon shots. We are firing everything except our Plague Bolter into your tank commander, sir. The Plague Bolter will go into your Kriegsmen.
Well, I'm going to pop more smoke by popping smoke using the stratagem on my tank commander.
Fair. I've also spent a CP on Ferric Blight,
very nice.
Which you're not in Contagion range, but will give me an additional AP on my
That's nice, very nice.
Okay, so let's do this. I'm hitting on 4s now with my Defiler battle cannon. We have 3 hits, I like it.
Maybe a little bit of a difference.
Strength 10, your toughness 11.
Toughness 11.
Oh, I've got a wound.
Cheeky wound, cheeky wound. Now this will be extra AP here, yes?
This is extra AP, AP 2, I'm afraid.
I have made a save, I'm afraid.
No, don't like that. So we're going to do the twin las cannon. Ooh, it's a hit.
I don't like that.
Excuse me.
I do quite enjoy that though. Oh!
Okay, we're going to do our Plague Bolter.
Emotional roller coaster
That's
here.
2 hits into your
Oh
Kriegsmen.
no, these Kriegsmen could be in a spot of bother.
That will be just the 1 wound, I'm afraid.
One wound?
It will be at -1 for what it's worth. Which I think, strangely, because you're in cover, you will
just about survive.
So,
he can't believe it either.
That's a fantastic example of the Defiler, everybody. The second flanking Defiler now will actually fire at your Basilisk.
Nice!
Okay? He can see the Basilisk. This is an entire LOS blocking structure, so I can't actually see.
Protecting my horses.
Yeah, exactly,
Weird chicken horses.
Here we go.
Now he is only toughness 9, the Basilisk.
That's good to know. Well, now I have, I'm afraid, got 3 hits there.
Oh, the smoke shells have done a bit of work, I suppose.
And your toughness is 10 this
toughness
time?
9 on a Basilisk.
Toughness 9?
9?
That's 3 wounds.
Very
your
nice.
Toughness 9. This is down still to -1.
I saved 2, but 1 does go through. The damage,
Right,
please.
it is 3 damage.
Oh, my Basilisk.
It's 3 damage, I'm afraid.
that's...
So, I'm now going to do the laser cannon.
Oh, my Basilisk.
The Plague Bolters will go into the Kriegsmen. 2 wounds, I'm afraid.
Come on, Krieg.
Yes!
Oh, no,
the first of the gas mask lovers is choked out. Yeah!
Look out.
The third Defiler opens up with its battle cannon, this time getting 8 shots against that Basilisk, but it fails to hit every single time, including with the las cannon.
Smoke shells.
The first of the Plagueburst Crawlers opens up with its deadly mortar, inflicting only 2 damage on this smoke-ridden Basilisk.
Smoke shells.
The second Plagueburst Crawler also opens up with its mortar and inflicts yet another 2 damage.
Oh, hanging on now.
I have 1 Plagueburst Crawler remaining. I've rolled up the shots, which I rolled a 3-4 or 4-4 rather. So I've got a bunch of dice here. I need to finish this Basilisk off.
The smoke shells have done well for me so far.
Okay, here we go. That is 1 lethal.
Oh, it's good.
That is 3 additional hits.
Very nice.
Okay.
You can't
So
see
1's
it.
already wounded.
Oh no!
No, because they're only strength 8 versus your
strength 8.
toughness 9.
Oh, I have saved it as
so
well.
the Plagueburst Crawler fails to bring down the Basilisk, which then concludes my turn.
Very nice.
The Prince will be doing the recover assets along with the zombies holding my home objective.
Very
so
nice.
I'm in no man's land and the home deployment zone there. That's it.
Okay.
I'm going to discard, bring it down
Makes
for
sense.
a CP because I didn't get it. And it's over to you, sir.
Ooh. Turn 1 for the Imperial Guard, the Kriegsmen. Speaking of Kriegsmen, I have brought 2 of them back with their special Medipack, which is very, very nice. There's a fully healthy squad, which will be helpful because my cards are interesting. I've brought Cull the Horde, which is possible because you have units of 20 Poxwalkers. Rare, but possible. And then I have Cleanse. I need to cleanse some objectives, and that one in the middle is ripe for a cleansing, and it is dangerously close
It's in my contagion range, I'm afraid.
It might well be, but I've got gas masks, so I should be okay. That's what I'll tell them anyway. Speaking of which, Lord Marshal Drier, as he tells them that their gas masks should be fine for alien pathogens, is putting move onto that unit of guardsmen. He's putting move onto himself, and then take aim onto the artillery piece behind him, because he can issue 3 orders, which is very nice indeed. So I'm going to have some movement there, and then hopefully that will help my siege cannon from my new shiny artillery team do the business. The tank commander, on the other hand, is then going to issue take aim to the Manticore and the Basilisk on the far flank over there to help them with the indirect fire. Otherwise, because heavy isn't a thing on these units anymore, I can actually move to maybe get some line of sight to benefit from that. That's all my thinking. I very much need to deal with some Defilers and score some points. So wish me luck, everyone. The Hellhound pushes forward into no man's land to claim the objective. With a mighty 6 on their advance, because Stalwarts is our mission rule, the Kriegsmen advance round over to this objective to cleanse it by shooting it and digging it with shovels. Apologies everyone, Stalwarts means you can shoot and do actions, so they won't be able to advance them in action. So the Manticore will move up behind them to assist them in dealing with some Defilers. The brave Death Korps of Krieg move forward to cleanse the centre objective, getting enough on it to control it for now, hoping upon hoping that their artillery team deal with the Defiler before them. These Death Korps of Krieg move up onto the objective just to get out of the way, so various other elements can press forward into the battlefield. The Hellhound presses up to support the Death Korps of Krieg with some hailing Inferno cannon rounds, and then the Manticore shuffles up onto the trench line to draw line of sight onto a Defiler. The third Hellhound moves around this way into the crater to maybe get some shots onto some Poxwalkers. Lord Marshal Drier and his horsies will move up behind this bit of LOS, hoping to prepare themselves for future turns and to allow the tank commander space to move forth. The Basilisk, because it doesn't have heavy, is just going to move, which is quite freeing. Feels very strange as a Basilisk. Moving over this way to make space for the tank commander that will press through the crater and up onto the trench line to put withering hails of fire against the Defiler. Start of the shooting phase, and we're going to start with the Hellhound. The principle being is if I shoot this Hellhound at the Defiler with its Inferno cannon, it just do flush them out so you'll scatter, and therefore you can't benefit from cover. It is one of the siege regiment things you can do in a battle round,
yes,
if you want to be more offensive, but strangely, as soon as you're within 12 inches, you can't do it anymore. So it makes holding the middle
so you can't
objectives...
do them at all anymore?
No, because it literally, I'm not sure if that's going to change in the
weird.
future, but it is a really weird wording, because if you want to take any of the middle objectives, it's like, well, you can't use your things
So,
anymore.
i.e. if you want to play the game?
Yeah, so it's quite a weird one, which we go over in the Codex review, but just so you're all aware. But I am going to do the Inferno Cannon from the Hellhound to try and get the same benefit to help my artillery effectively. So I'm going to be shooting into this Defiler.
Is it this one here, is it?
This one here, yes.
Not him.
No, yes, him.
Fondest.
Oh, it's gone quite well.
Nice.
It's just that's just wounds. That's just 5 wounds.
5 wounds. 1, 2, 3.
I did well on the old Inferno. It is -1 here. It's
I understand.
-2 even. I'm terribly sorry.
Oh, okay.
It's an Inferno Cannon.
I understand. I saved 2 and I failed 3.
Just 1 damage there.
Okay.
Just a little.
That is 3 wounds down.
And you are flushed out. The heavy bolter from the Hellhound, very nice. 1 wound with the heavy bolter.
It does go through.
2 damage.
Okay.
And then, because I feel like it's not long for this world, the Hunter Killer Missile.
Okay.
We'll move on.
Classic.
The new siege cannon. Oh, it's exciting. It's on a massive base. It's so cool.
Yeah.
I couldn't quite get in line of sight to actually see you directly, so I will have to use indirect here.
Yeah.
But with take aim and heavy, it sort of offsets. We'll be back to hitting on fire.
And you're ignoring cover because the
yes, so now I'm ignoring cover, so the -2 will hopefully help me punch through your armour. How many shots do I get? It's 4.
It's respectable.
Okay, it's respectable. I do now, though, me, James Jordan, need to hit you on 5s. That's 3!
Amazing.
It's 3! Right, you're
What's the strength?
Strength 12 on the siege cannon.
I'm 10, so 3.
It's quite exciting. That's 3 wounds! Oh, so it's -2?
I saved 2 times.
Oh, so 1 goes through that is 3 damage.
Very nice.
Which is very respectable. Look, I hit it.
Yeah,
Look.
well done. Well done. I've got one claw. So
The first of the Manticore Blimies. Now this one can see. So we'll be hitting you on 4s.
Yeah.
Maybe, unless you're doing your stratagem.
I do have Cloud of Flies. I've not used it so far because you've been firing indirect mainly.
Exactly,
But
so it's not
anyway.
really made a difference, yeah.
No, I'm going to keep it as it is.
Fair enough, fair enough. Now I've only got the 4 shots with the Manticore Storm Eagle rockets. So we'll see how we get on. Oh, not bad. I've hit you thrice. Now if I could get that again, that would be nice. I don't
One
get that
wound.
again. I do get 1 wound though. -2, again, removing that cover is helping me out a lot here.
Does go
That
through.
is 3 damage from the Storm Eagle.
Leaves me with 3 wounds remaining.
Wounds. The Heavy Bolter. Okay, that is 1 sustained, which is nice. But no other wounds. Okay, so that's fine. So it's 3 wounds remaining.
3 wounds remaining.
Hoping to finish off the Defiler with the other Manticore that could see it. No wounds went through. So the Defiler is very much alive. Distracted, but alive. This Basilisk shooting indirect into the Defiler. Again, the shells bounce off its hull, leaving it on a tantalizing 3 wounds. Okay, look, it's
Bit of stress at this table.
oh, it's happening again! It went so well with the siege cannon. This side of the battlefield has fired its payloads, and so far the Defiler is still very much alive.
Yeah.
So we're having to switch tact over to the other flank, and I am going to shoot the Manticore indirect into the very same Defiler, see if I can finish it off. This one has been given the order to take aim.
Okay.
So I'm hoping it'll be a bit more reliable. How many shots do I get? It's 4. It's respectable, you see. It's respectable. Now, I would be hitting you on 5s, but because I've taken aim, I'll be hitting you on 4s. It's 2 hits.
Okay.
It's 2 hits. It's 1 wound! It's 1 wound!
Damage is 3, is it?
Yeah!
Use a little CP. on
Yeah,
that.
that's fair.
It goes. Oh. He is destroyed. Does he blow?
He doesn't blow, but I have managed to finish him off.
Okay, so I used the CP to no avail.
Oh, that was very stressful. The central Basilisk opened fire against the Defiler, as did the one on the far flank, but because of the use of a stratagem, Cloud of Flies, I only managed to get 2 damage through overall onto the central Defiler. Those guardsmen are in a bit of hot water. Due to the stalwart mission rule, the Kriegsmen in the middle can shoot and still perform the action cleanse on that central objective. But despite their impending doom, they didn't manage to score any damage against the Defiler. They must now pray to the Emperor for their safety. The Hellhound in the crater did very well, barbecuing 7 Poxwalkers, which I'm sure makes a lovely smell. But still, 7 have been thinned out. The tank commander then to finish off the shooting phase. Now, I will be hitting you with 5s here because you're a Cloud of Flies. In hindsight, I possibly could have put the order on the tank commander because they do have squadron now.
Yeah.
So they can benefit from that, which is very, very nice indeed. Makes them a lot more interesting and probably worth their points cost. But the Demolisher Cannon's roll call, I've got 6 shots. So I'm going into the Defiler. Oh, okay. I got excited.
Okay.
That is just the 2.
That's still pretty good.
Still. 3s to wound you. That is 1 wound. This is at -3 from the Demolisher Cannon.
-3? Outrageous. Goes through.
There will be D6 damage.
Ouch.
Demolisher!
Classic.
I'm going to spend my CP. Well, it's better. That's 4 damage. I couldn't live with myself. Right, the las cannon does hit.
Nice.
The las cannon doth wound.
Yes, of
This
course.
will be at -3 as well.
Goes through as well.
Hop. Well, comes around, goes around. That's the end of my turn.
Okay.
I do get 4 points for cleanse because I have cleanse 2 objectives. This Hellhound here is doing the cleanse because I can advance and do it, but I want to get the guardsmen on the board. These guys in the middle, it's like prickly situation, but that's fine. I am going to discard Cull the Horde, even though it is technically possible, without putting a lot of firepower into the Poxwalkers. I think it's going to end up just weighing me down, and I would rather get a CP, so that's why I'm going for that.
Okay, I got 3 for recover assets.
Very nicely done.
Because the Prince and the Poxwalkers survived. So 3 points to me, and turn 2 to me.
Yes!
Typhus says, howdy doody.
No!
Okay, it's turn 2. I've got some interesting cards. I've got Sabotage. Seem to be wanting to do quite a bit of actions, this
thank you.
Death Guard army. I'm interested in, disease and murder. But apparently the game has other ideas. So I've got Sabotage. Now, as it happens, this unit of Poxwalkers are outside of the deployment zone, could do it within this crater, so I might have a little shuffle duty and do that. No prisoners. There is some killy stuff.
That's what you want.
Okay, very interesting stuff. I'm going to definitely do some moving, and then I'm definitely going to do some typhusing and some Lord of Contagioning. First of my diseased arachnids lands here. The Demon Prince takes to the skies again. Trailed by black, oily smoke, he lands by the Kriegsmen and stares down the barrel of the Hellhound. This Defiler moves its diseased limbs towards the trench line and stares down the Krieg. The tracks kick into action. Just hitting the trench line here, whilst his colleague and beloved friend also moves to support. These Poxwalkers will continue to shamble around within this crater, having more bodies on the objective whilst also doing the action of sabotage. Sabotage that crater. Final of the Plagueburst Crawlers moves towards this objective, flanking the Plague Zombies. Typhus and the Lord of Contagion step into the teleportarium and suddenly arrive with a miasma of pestilence before them on the battlefield. However, they are greeted
with some hot fire! I spent a CP, am on Overwatch, so hot dog, this here Hellhound has managed to claim one of their number from Typhus's unit.
pathetic.
Hot!
We're in the shooting phase. Typhus is about to retort. One of his Deathshroud lies withered next to him, but the other two open with their Plague's Spear gauntlets into the Krieg. I rolled 5 hits because it's Torrent, so I'm going to try and wound you now.
I'm just a man.
That is only 2 wounds though.
2 wounds?
Anti-infantry there's no AP.
No AP?
No, it's
Come on, Krieg!
Just if
one
of them is slain.
Riddled with disease.
I will then do the Destroyer Hive into the Manticore. Oh. The Destroyer Hive. Okay, so that is very close to D3 plus 3, but instead it is just D3 mortal wounds. You take 3 mortal wounds on that Manticore.
Oh, that's a destructional hive, that is.
Whilst we're still here, the other 3 Deathshroud will just fire everything into the Kriegs.
That makes sense.
Okay, so 6, 7, 8, 9 hits.
Gas mask, lads!
Pause. Okay, then 2 wounds.
You used the 2 wounds there. See if I can save them.
Another 2.
The gas mask
3 are slain
there.
in total. Okay, we're going to do some more stuff now. The Plagueburst Crawler, which is nearest those Kriegsmen and the Manticore, will fire all of its big guns at the Manticore and the Rothail heavy or volley gun into the Kriegsmen. So I've got 6 shots here because I'm in rapid fire range.
Bang, 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 bang.
We got 3 hits.
Oh, hold firm.
Strength 5. Just 1 wound.
The light of the Emperor shines upon...
That does kill another.
Oh, poor guy. Bang!
Let's finish the Plagueburst Crawler off. I did roll a 6 just now off camera for the amount of Plagueburst shots.
Dear.
Mortar shots. I hit on 3s in... I only hit with 4.
I'm not complaining, though, because...
One's gone off. Toughness.
Toughness 10.
Okay, so it's just a 1 wound.
Just a 1 wound.
Yep. He loves it. Okay, the 2 entropy cannons. Okay. Nothing. Wow. Okay, he whiffs.
Did you miss and I rolled a 6?
Yes.
What's happening?
I don't know.
I feel scared.
New Codex.
What's going
Blow
on?
up. I do luckily have another Plagueburst Crawler over there, so I've rolled up 5 shots with this mortar.
Ooh.
So, okay.
Very
Same split of fires before. I'm hitting on 3s. These 2 miss.
That's a bit better than the previous
right,
one.
lethal hits. I think I might have forgot lethal hits in the last take.
I must say
apologise. So that's 2 automatic wounds, 4 hits on top of that.
This is looking respectable.
And it's another wound there. So that's 3 wounds.
Manticore!
3 wounds.
Minus here?
Well, the minus, unfortunately for me, is only -1.
So 1 has gone through there.
2 damage.
2 damage. Okay, but I've got 6 wounds left.
Entropy cannons, both miss. What is going on? And then the Rothail into the Kriegsmen. Ooh, 2 hits there. 2 wounds this time.
Yep. Ooh.
Double 6.
There's a serious disturbance in the force.
Supporting the fire of the Plagueburst Crawlers, the Defiler opens up with its Plague Bolter, killing one of the guardsmen before turning its turret's attention to the Manticore, putting its battle cannons straight through the hull. Goodbye. The final Plagueburst Crawler spends 1 CP on Ferric Blight, opening up against the Hellhound and the Death Riders respectively. All of the rounds ping harmlessly off the Hellhound's armour, while the mortar explodes into the lines of the Death Riders, killing 2 of them, thanks to the extra AP from the stratagem. This is the last bit of shooting.
Woo!
This is the final Defiler. He's going to fire into the Kriegsmen, and he's going to fire into the Manticore, because again, this is all line of sight blocking this base, so I can't see any Death Riders or even any other tanks really. But that Manticore's got -1 to hit because of your detachment
So
rule.
I can do the smoke shells. That's one of the things you can do. Now you are within 12 of my army. I can't do the creeping barrage or the incendiary bombardment in case it hits my own people.
Yeah.
But the smoke shells on the Manticore, the tank commander and artillery team, I want to keep them safe. Should have mentioned that earlier, my mistake. But still, please proceed.
Okay, well, I'm going to open up with a Plague Bolter into your Kriegsmen.
Poor little fellas.
That's 2 hits. Tis 2 wounds.
Come on, Kriegsmen! 1 saves,
One
another
is
dies.
slain. Okay, the Battle Cannon, the Defiler Cannon. Ooh.
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 Oh, that's
Ooh.
tasty, that.
But 4's to hit because you're -1. Got 3 hits there. Got 3 hits there, I'm afraid.
Toughness 10, which shall be
Got
4.
3 hits, I'm afraid.
On my Manticore.
That's 2 wounds, I'm afraid.
Ah!
That's 2 that go through, I'm afraid.
That's 6
That
damage.
is 6 damage. We then have the twin laser cannon.
My hull.
Ah!
Ah.
Time for the charge phase. This Defiler attempts to engage the Hellhounds, and he succeeds on a 7. Meanwhile, his friend and colleague over here charges the Kriegsmen. Oh, 11.
Oh.
More than enough. But he will just go straight in because we do want to sit on that objective. Next up, it's Plagueis himself charging this Hellhound, and he gets a 7, appropriate given that he is a Nurgle follower, and smashes into the Hellhound here. Determined to spread the sickness, we go over to the right flank. Typhus attempts to charge the Kriegsmen and the Hellhound on the objective. Only getting a 7, that's not good enough. We will then go to the Lord of Contagion, who will attempt that very same charge. And they get a 10, making it in. Right, beginning of the charge phase, I have charged in with my deadly pathogen Prince.
No, thank you.
So he's got 7 attacks because of that relic. If you were in range of an infected objective, it would be another attack on top of that.
That's nice.
Plus he's got +1 strength. So we're hitting on 2s here against the Hellhound.
No, thank you. No,
Okay,
thank
we've
you.
hit you 6 times.
Okay, it's respectable. It's
Any
respectable.
6s here, because I've charged, will be devastating.
Ooh.
Devastating. So that's 3 damage and 1 wound, sir.
Oh, the wound. Oh, it does go through.
Right.
So
Obviously, he
6
doesn't
damage?
kill you, but the Prince levels his horrible. He probably tears open the hull, puts the putrid cannons inside.
You can imagine the pilot being like, "What's outside, sir?" You don't want to know. Honestly, mate, you do not want to know.
The Defiler rends with his claws against the Kriegsmen, but unfortunately only kills 4 with a whiffer of a roll. Meanwhile, his colleague and friend rips into the Hellhound, and again, with some pretty poor rolling, only does 3 damage. It's time for the Lord of Contagion, everyone. So the Lord of Contagion and one of his brethren will strike into the Hellhound. The other 2, Deathshroud, will try and kill the Guardsmen. So I'm going to open with the Guardsmen against Guardsmen first. We are re-rolling hits because the Lord of Contagion's leading.
And firm.
Hits on 2s and lethal.
Oh dear.
Right, 1's a lethal, just killing him because it's -2 AP,
yeah,
and I get to re-roll the hits.
Oh no.
Which of course I missed.
No.
Okay, now 2s to kill.
Oh no.
That's what this is.
Oh,
I do
well,
roll 2 1s,
but that,
meaning that
is there one?
there's 1 alive.
Oh,
Are there
this
6 models
hero
there?
sergeant. There are 6 models there. So you killed
Okay,
5?
I killed 5, yeah.
Oh, there's a hero sergeant on his own, holding the line.
Okay, so they've been butchered to a man.
Yeah.
Then we have the Lord of Contagion himself. Okay, he hits on 2s. 2 lethal hits against that Hellhound. Despite your -1 toughness being in Contagion range, it's still 5s to wound anyway, which of course I do not.
So the 2
get.
lethals, the AP here, my good sir.
The AP is 2.
Up. Oh, I'd say.
Oh, you can see your 2 up base save. Well done.
My top
Okay.
save.
And then the Deathshroud, 1 lethal hit there as well. Just no wound, so just another -2 save, please.
Hey, yep. I'm
You're
gonna say
fine.
that as well,
So the Lord of
Hellhound.
Contagion and the Deathshroud do nothing to the Hellhound, and your sergeant will incredibly
What
get
a
to strike
hero.
back, albeit at a -1 weapon skill because of
I
my.
mean, I don't really rate his chances, if I'm honest, but look at him go.
That concludes my turn. I'll be honest, it wasn't very good. I
unlucky
just
there.
hit with wet fish everywhere.
Very.
I did get 2 points for no prisoners, but that's it, because I failed to kill both of the Kriegsmen units.
Hero Sergeant.
Hero Sergeant, and then sabotage is ongoing.
Yes, indeed.
So you did strike me back everywhere. You managed to try, almost got a wound through on this Defiler, but I did pass my save. Okay, that's it.
Yes. You might not have killed a lot, but you have hemmed me in considerably.
I have. I'm across the board.
2/3 of the board is covered in Death Guard.
I've managed to steal that objective, but I have not managed to steal there because you do have 3 Kriegsmen. But you will need to take a battle shot test.
I will indeed. So there's quite a few things I need to do, and I also need to try and punch my way out. Otherwise, you are just gonna slowly start racking up points. I've got a lot of work to do. So tally ho, pip pip, and all that jazz. Here we go. The grand plan. Let's push back the enemy, lads. The Marshal draws his sword. The chicken horse goes. It's got gas mask on. Right, I've drawn some cards. I've drawn Overwhelming Force and Engaginal Front. Engaginal Front isn't ideal because it's sort of that hammer and anvil, and I don't want to push that far away. But Overwhelming Force is good because you are on some objectives. I want to kill the things on objectives, so that's quite nice there. Orders-wise, Marshal Drier is putting move on himself, because he has a plan. Yeah. He's also then putting it on that unit of Kriegsmen on the objective, so I can start moving up. Otherwise, he's out of range of other stuff. The tank commander is then putting take aim on himself, because he is a squadron unit, so that's how I understand that. And then he will also put take aim on the Manticore over on the far flank. It's going to be a lot of shooting to do. Let's see if we can dig deep and push back the enemy. Move has been ordered to the Death Riders, and move they shall. Heading around this way towards the Deathshroud Terminators that have appeared, they will meet the Saber of Sacrifices. Start of the shooting phase. And we start with a Callous Sacrifice, which is a new stratagem.
This is cool.
This is really cool. It's savage, but it's cool. So effectively, I pick a platoon unit, which will be this unit of Death Korps of Krieg, in combat with the Defiler. I spend the CP. They now do not count as within engagement range for the rest of my shooting phase.
Right.
But what that means is I can shoot the Defiler. Woohoo, everybody wins. Except every time you lose a wound, so say I do 12 damage to you, I roll 12d6. On a 4+, I then destroy a Death Korps of Krieg because they've been hit by friendly fire. It's a Callous Sacrifice, I tell ye.
I'm spending a CP on Cloud of Flies on that Defiler.
That makes sense.
Effectively, you wouldn't get a -1 to hit, so I'm going to ensure I have a -1.
I'm just shooting through my own men.
Okay.
It's the guard way.
Okay.
And so the tank commander is going to shoot through his own men with a demolisher cannon.
Oh, and by the way, they obviously did pass the battle shot.
Yes, they did pass the battle shot.
Hence why you held 2 objectives.
Which is very nice. Right. The demolisher cannon, which I did roll a big 6 on, I am alarmed at how willing he is to shoot his own men.
Yeah.
The demolisher cannon. Okay, it's made. That's good. It's not too bad. Not too bad. So Cloud of Flies made a bit of difference there. To wound you. That is 2 wounds with the demolisher cannon. These are at -3 into your Defiler.
So I have a demon save.
Demon save.
No, I do not have a demon save.
The damage is d6 each.
6
Respectable.
damage.
6 damage. Okay.
Very good.
Right, my multi-melters from my sponsons.
Yep.
Okay, again, Cloud of Fire's making a difference. I would have hit you on the 3 otherwise. To wound you. Not a wound with the multi-melter.
No.
The las cannon.
Yep.
That is a hit.
It's a hit.
The las cannon. That will
wound.
be a wound.
Is your strength 12?
Yes, indeed.
But I do make
nicely
my
done.
demon save this time.
Nah, I did. You've lost 6 wounds, effectively.
I have lost 6 wounds. I'm not interested in losing any more, actually. What's this, please? Excuse me.
I have exploded 3 of my own men.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yes.
It's really fun. Both the Basilisks at the back did take aim at the Defiler in now being opened up with the Callous Sacrifice, but unfortunately, no damage went through, which is very fortunate for the lone surviving Kriegsman. The Hellhound in combat with the Defiler did a single bit of damage with its Inferno cannon, trying to burn it away from its beleaguered hull. The middle Manticore, blimey, is going to shoot into Typhus's unit of Deathshroud. These are anti-infantry 2 now, the Storm Eagle rockets.
It is a -1 to hit, I'm afraid, because of the Destroyer high.
Because you're very stinky, so I'll be back to 5s.
Yes.
Wish me luck, everyone. You didn't wish me any luck!
I imagine that a cloud of flies just buzzes around the Manticore crew and they just can't see.
The heavy bolter? Oh, no!
Oh, of course!
Now! Oh, come on now. Well, it's respectable, I suppose.
5s to wound. 3 wounds! 1 would go through, so
well,
2 damage.
That's nearly the same as killing one with a Storm Eagle rocket. I suppose I'll take it. Shooting its Inferno cannon over the head of the Deathshroud it is in combat with, it barbecues one of Typhus's bodyguard. The Hellhound, trying to free itself from the clutches of the Daemon Prince, opens up with its Inferno cannon, but its horribly twisted hide protects it from any damage. The mighty Kriegsmen shoot into the Defiler and come up with the Hellhound, and I don't know quite what I was expecting, but it was 0 wounds. They tried their best though, little scamps. The Death Riders then, on the way in or towards the charge, did shoot at Typhus' unit, but unfortunately, no wounds have gone through. Right. A few things going on here. There's lots of artillery, there's lots of minuses and pluses, so bear with us. The artillery team is going to shoot into the Defiler.
Okay.
I have not so far done much to it. I'd like to do more.
Yeah.
How many shots do I get? It's 5. It's 5.
Wouldn't 3 of them be really cool?
It would be very nice. And I think they might be better than the Basilisk, based on today's game. Yeah. But we'll shoot it anyway. So it is 5 shots. That is no hits, because you have the Cloud of Flies active.
Cloud of Flies,
so I think, despite the +1 for the heavy, it's offset by the Cloud of Flies. Yeah. However, my Manticore does have take aim and can only be affected by the indirect fire it's already suffering from.
I understand.
So how many shots does that get?
Okay.
3. Okay, 3. That's
On to
3
my
shots.
Central Defiler, which you do not like.
Central Defiler. I don't like it. I would like to.
And you probably like it even less now.
I'm not a fan.
He's just dancing around. You've got to bear in mind that this big, huge, scary, monolithic arachnid beast couldn't even kill a Krieg squad, though. So how scary is he really?
That is true. Do you know what is also very scary? Is I killed more Kriegs, potentially, than he did with my achievements.
Yes, you did. And you've been bringing them back as well. It's wonderful.
Right, charge phase! Lord Marshal's Drier unit is charging into the unit of Deathshroud on the objective, and with a 5 will make it into combat. Very nice indeed. Hopefully their devastating wounds can claim some horrible heads. See? If they can break the lines of the Death Guard.
Yep.
We will start with the power sabers from the unit themselves. I'm building up to the Marshal. I will be -1 to hit you here because of your stench, which has made quite a big difference, because they normally hit on 3s, which is nice.
Okay.
6s here will just be devastating wounds, however.
Oh, nice, Dave!
Heavy wound!
Okay.
And then another wound at -2 with a power saber.
Okay.
So 1 straight through, so 1 damage already. You say that.
I do, yes,
that's
that's
okay. That's acceptable.
invulnerable.
Right, I will now do the savage claws from the steeds themselves.
Okay.
I imagine there's the noise of a space chicken. That will be just the 2 hits here because of your stench vats. Oh, no devastating, that's fine.
Okay.
And then comes the Marshal himself.
Okay, this is the big
of
point.
sacrifice.
Okay, so you've done 1 wound so far.
1 wound so far. He normally hits on 2s, but you'll be hitting on 3s here because your stench. Okay, look,
he's off to a good start.
Good start. Now he's anti-infantry 4.
Oh, that's
the Debbie
beautiful.
wounds just on 4s.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, it's nearly beautiful. That will be that's just the 2 Debbie wounds.
Oh, so he's only damaged 1.
Yeah, he's only damaged 1. He finishes off a Deathshroud.
He does kill a Deathshroud. Oh, he takes his head.
Oh yeah. You are cool.
The Prince unleashes yet another flurry of blows into the Hellhound, but this time the hull holds completely. I failed to do any damage. The Defiler on my left flank, however, is much more successful this time, taking its Defiler claws and ripping the Hellhound apart. The last defiant Kriegsman does stand bravely spitting into the turret of the Defiler whilst it is picked up and crushed in a Defiler claw.
Poor little fella. Oh dear.
Final combat of this phase, I have the Lord of Contagion and 2 of the Deathshroud. One of the Deathshroud will now immediately eviscerate the lone Kriegsman, that's Defiant Sergeant.
Come on. Oh no.
2 lethal hits.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Okay. Then we have another Deathshroud against Drier's Death Riders.
Ooh.
Hopefully they won't be too dreary. It's a lethal hit. The others are hits.
Stop it.
What is your toughness?
Toughness is 4.
So reduced
3
down
now,
to 3. Oh,
made
so
my
this would be
bones hurt.
2s then. Okay, so that's 4 wounds in total. The Deathshroud minus is 2.
I have a 4 upside.
Okay, so 6s?
I've not made any.
Right. Well, it's 2 damage a pop, is it?
Well, the riders are dead. Was that crazy?
Yeah.
Remind me, please, of the wounds of a Terminator captain.
Terminator captain is 6, isn't it?
Yeah. He's got 6 wounds, Lord Marshal Drier. He takes 2 bits of damage. He cares not.
So he's got 4 wounds remaining.
He does indeed.
I've got a
I forgot you had a Lord of Contagion. I'll take my pomp away and put my sword back in my scabbard.
I've got a Lord of Contagion, actually, James.
Sword's back in the scabbard. There's a misunderstanding.
I can reroll hits because Lord of Contagion leading a unit, that becomes a lethal hit. I then have 4 additional hits. My understanding is I will wound you on 2s.
Yep.
Okay, that's only 4 wounds.
Only 4 wounds?
These are damaged 3, though, on his... these are the... Does he have a 4-up invulnerable?
He does have a 4-up invulnerable save.
But that means 2
that's 6 damage.
That's 6 damage. Do you want to use the CP to try and save him?
Yeah!
Because then he'll be alive on 1 wound?
Yeah! He'll live to
He lives on a wound! Oh, he's dueling with him!
Well, not an ideal turn.
I had a wet fish, and then you had a wet fish.
I was like, huzzah, this is my chance. Drop sword. I'm keeping overwhelming force. I'm basically... I should have probably gone for the other Defiler, but I really wanted to get overwhelming force there. It's just the artillery just hasn't been hitting the mark.
No.
So it meant my firepower kind of ran with a bit of steam. I did, however, get rid of engage for a CP, because I think next turn, if you want to come forward onto my objective, I might be able to get overwhelming force. If I get no prisoners, I can then punch out and then move out in future turns.
I still can't get to your high-value tanks with the Defilers yet either. I've got a couple of speed bumps to go over still. I did pick up 3 points for sabotage.
Very nice.
Those Poxwalkers did that there in the crater. Yeah, onto my turn 3. Crazy. I don't want to alarm anybody at home or here across the table, but I've actually drawn 2 good cards.
You have?
Secure no man's land and engage on all fronts.
No, it's not.
I'm doing all of those already. I did pick up 15 for the primary as well, so that's quite nice. Right, I'm going to continue pushing forward here. Let's see if I can get deep enough into enemy territory where I can cause you some seriously horrible problems.
Because dead may never die.
The first of the remaining Defilers stops just an inch away from these Krieg guardsmen. Spreading sickness and pestilence across the battlefield, these Poxwalkers decide to advance, getting 8 inches further up into the center of the board. The Plagueburst Crawlers crush, trench under tracks, moving ever deeper into enemy territory. Spotting Lord Marshal Drier, Typhus, the destroyer of hives, strides forth. Drier. This Plagueburst Crawler also moves up over the trenches and ends up around here, searching for new targets. Central Defiler will move up just about as far as he can go to here, still holding that central objective. We're in the shooting phase. The rear Plagueburst Crawler will attempt to finish off this Manticore, which of course has smoke on it again.
Yeah, I've done the smoke shells once, but it's kind of the only one you can do as the game progresses.
Yeah.
But it's nice.
I did unfortunately roll a 6 on my mortar.
That's not so nice.
Okay, so here we go. The -1 to hit has had significant impact. Oh, they are lethal hits though, if I remember correctly.
No, thank
Plagueburst
you.
mortar is lethal hits. That's 2 hits,
Stop
and they're both
firing your
lethal.
smelly shells.
I'm afraid they're both lethal.
No.
They're both lethal. Would you like to make some saves, please?
I would make one.
Oh, you made 1, so that will be
2 damage?
2 damage, yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so then I've got my entropy cannons. One's a lethal hit and one's a hit. But it does fail to wound you.
The AP here?
The AP is 3. Which does go through.
I only have a 3-up save on the Manticore.
This is D6 plus 1 damage.
Oh!
You've only got 3 wounds left so far.
Oh,
he's got
nearly, nearly. He is destroyed. Why does he explode, actually?
Oh, does he?
Oh.
Does he?
No, that's good because it was in my hands. That could have been a disaster.
With limited targets, a Plagueburst Crawler on the left flank fires the entropy cannons and the Rot Hail volley gun into the Krieg, killing 4 of the number. Meanwhile, the mortar fires indirect into the Lehman Russ tank commander, scoring 2 damage on its hull. The central Defiler opens up with his Defiler cannon and twin las cannon into the hull of the tank commander, but all of the rounds ping harmlessly off of its armoured hull. The Defiler now.
Here we go.
Plague Combi Bolter into the Krieg. And
strong lads.
Twin las cannon and Defiler cannon into your tank commander. Let's open up with the little Plague Bolters.
No, thank you.
Okay, that's 1 lethal hit and another hit, and it's no wound, so it's just 1 wound.
They love it.
It's nothing. It's nothing. The Defiler cannon. It's 4 plus 3.
Okay, okay.
into your tank commander.
No, thank you.
Tank commander.
I am smoky. I am
Right,
smoky.
so it's
My
only the
shells are
3
smoky.
hits. I said it's only the 3 hits. It's only the 1 wound.
Only the 1 wound. Huh.
It's
the one save.
Twin last cannon.
Oh no.
Hits.
Oh.
Hit. Wounds.
Oh, CP. Oh, it wasn't worth it. Oh no. What's it gonna be? Okay.
5 damage.
Respectable.
5 damage.
Fine, I'll allow it.
Because of the +1.
I'll allow it.
Final bit of shooting this turn. This Plagueburst Crawler will fire everything at the heavily damaged Basilisk.
The Basilisk has got a smoke shell. He was kind of hoping you'd forgotten about him, just being quiet.
Entropy cannons.
Smoke shells!
Plagueburst balls out.
Smoke shells! Speed of the smoke shell.
Oh!
That's
3 lethals.
Hi.
And 1 hit,
Hi.
which I'll see if I turn that into a wound. I don't turn, so it's just 3 wounds.
Minus?
Well, I think I'm only minus 1. So
Only 1 goes through.
that's 2 damage.
I've got 2 remaining.
Okay, so I've got the rot hail.
Oh no.
It hits you twice.
Oh, come on, the smoke shells.
Do it. No, fails to wound you.
Okay, fair
He's
enough.
alive. That's my shooting.
That's
that is
nice.
Oh, he's alive.
You should fear the Basilisk. It's not done very much, but it's there. It's there.
The Defiler charges the Krieg guardsman on a whopping 11. I suspect he makes it. Hello. Finally, Typhus with his Deathshroud bodyguards. Well, they get a 9, and he moves in to challenge Drier himself.
Come on in, I've got you. I'll have you. I'll cut your arm off.
The Defiler, while menacing and smashing into the guardsmen, fails to do anything but kill one of them. Oh my goodness. Typhus lifts the Man Reaper and swings it, beheading Drier in one fell swoop. That's 1 lethal hit.
Smoke shells. Should note, guys, I did do my feel no pains for Drier off camera. He still has a wound remaining, so wish him luck.
Oh, that is 5 wounds. So he's
5,
got
you
feel no
say?
pain. That's cool.
5, you say?
Yeah, yeah.
Hup! I mean, it's not gone well. What's the damage of these?
Well, they're only damage 3, so
Only
that's a lot of
damage
feel
3?
no pains.
Well, look.
That's a lot of feel no pains on your 1 wound.
It's going to be fine, everyone. You're about to see something truly special. Oh, he's dead. He's so dead. He made 2. Now. He is incredibly tough to kill, this Drier. Incredibly tough to kill. He will stand back up, which is so cool. So when he dies on a 2+, he just gets back up. Again, I imagine he's still flopped on his horse. He's like, nope, still going. So I will have to set him up outside of engagement range, which is helpful for me.
That's good for you. It's your turn next.
I can zoom him around. Yeah. I should note he gets back up at the end of the phase, but it's cool.
Oh, yeah. So I can't consolidate into you, exactly.
And he won't die from explosions and whatnot.
Exactly. So the Prince, by the way, is about to now attack the Hellhound, but I didn't mention that my Destroy Hive I did do off camera, and it did actually do 3 mortal wounds on the Hellhounds, because that's what was my target. So the Prince may finish this off.
Quite possibly.
So I've got my pathogen enhancement, so I got the extra attack. One of them is not a lethal, because that's not what he gets.
No, it's on the charge you get Debbie. So it won't be Debbie's this time.
And then to wound you,
there might be a chance.
He's gone and whiffed again. He's got no wounds.
No, I'll survive. Hold the line, Hellhound.
Well, folks, that is the end of the turn. An interesting turn. There's a lot of wet fish moments in this game.
It's a proper trench face slot.
But this was a significant turn for points.
Yes, it was a good draw.
Not only did I get 50 primary, I did get Secure No Man's Land for 5 victory points, which is why I kept the Defiler there. And I did get Engage on all fronts.
Very nice.
Unit in each quarter for 4 victory points.
Very nice. Now, I've got lucky I am getting 1 primary at least because the Kriegsmen survived.
Yeah.
But boy, ever do I need a good old draw, I think.
Hit me hard now.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a plan. I've got a good draw, which is nice. So I hung on to Overwhelming Force for good reason, because I wanted your beleaguered stuff to come a bit more forward. Now I've damaged it to then bank on it now. So I'm glad I did, because hopefully I can deal with that 5-wound Defiler. Because I've also drawn no prisoners.
Oh,
so
that's
I have
nice.
a nice cocktail there.
That's nice,
so I can just do what I need to do, which is kill stuff, push you back a bit, and we'll see where we stand.
Okay.
If I don't get all the points, I'm going to go out swinging. The tank commander is moving ever so slightly, having told himself to take aim. He's moving into 12 inches of the Defiler, but outside of 9, so I'm not affected by the rattlebone ague, whatever it's called, and I can keep my ballistic skill. The Manticore is moving past the artillery team because they're infantry. It can end up over here, so it can see a Defiler. A bit wiser this time, I'm falling back with the Kriegsmen. It was cool to do callous sacrifice, but I want these guys to survive. So they're going to hold the objective, but reveal the Defiler to my lines so I can shoot it with all of my lovely guns. Start of the shooting phase. Again, not much movement. I've created a car park and you're in my line, so I must punch you out of my car park. We're starting with the tank commander, and I'm using a stratagem called Flare Burst. Now, it does as an Astra Militarum character unit.
He is a character unit.
Commander.
Yeah.
So he's going to reroll his hit rolls here in the shooting phase, which is very nice. You do have to be within 12, but still, if you're hyper aggressive with it. Anyway, look, it's all fine. We'll talk about it another time. In the review, out today, on demand. Right, we're going to start with the Demolisher Cannon. Let's finish off the Defiler. Demolisher! Good thing I can reroll the hero. Now, we'll be hitting you on 3s here because I have taken aim, but it's fine.
I think there was a 3 that you did roll there, which you didn't need to re-roll. So would you like to give yourself an extra hit?
That's very kind of you. I would have happily have worn it because I just
Pretty sure that was the case.
To wound you.
Yes.
That is
that's
4
a lot.
wounds. These are -3. -3, I tell thee. That's good, 2 have gone through. Now,
2 go through.
that's 2d6. Most normal people would be like, done deal, but it's me, so we'll see how it goes. Don't look at dinner, my son. That'll be 6 damage. I believe that'll be a Defiler dead.
But do I take any?
Die.
Oh.
Die.
He implodes.
I like to think it opens its maw and the tank shoulders goes in it. Boom. The Hellhound, commanded by Lord Marshal Drier, shoots at Typhus's unit, barbecuing a Deathshroud Terminator in a hideous inferno.
I'm melting.
With the bodyguard out of the way from the Hellhound's dousing flames, Lord Marshal Drier is going to throw a grenade at Typhus.
At Typhus himself?
66.
Ooh. Oh, it's the 3 mortals.
3 mortal wounds. Just what I wanted. Just while we're here, a las pistol. It doesn't hit, but it was cool.
How dare you?
That's where he shoots the grenade in the air.
Oh, perfect. That makes
half
sense.
of Typhus's face off.
Yeah.
And then the sword comes out. Cavalry salutes. Oh, it's all too much. It's all too much. The second Hellhound shoots at the Deathshroud Terminators in front of it, but only manages to do 1 wound to the Lord of Contagion's unit. The artillery line erupts with all 3 Basilisks honing in on the Defiler in the centre. Cloud of Flies was used, so only 2 damage went through overall, but it does bring it down to 6 wounds remaining. The artillery team.
Yeah.
Let's go try and bring down the Defiler.
Okay. Obviously, I had spent that CP for
have spent on Cloud of Flies. Made
Hence
quite
my
a
buddy
difference
taking
so
2
far.
damage so far.
Come on then. Come on now.
You've done well,
3
James.
hits. Come
James,
on.
you've done
Come
well.
on. It will be 3s to win your strength 12. Come on, artillery team. For Krieg. It's 2 wounds. 2 wounds. This is at -2. -2. A whole -2.
It does go through.
That's 6
James.
damage. 3 damage each.
Oh, you've done it.
Yeah. The artillery team.
Oh, that's amazing.
You're all being
Go and blow
promoted.
up.
They're all being promoted though.
Absolutely savage.
Yes.
So which one was it?
It was those guys, the artillery team.
See, I told you need 3 of them.
Yes, you do. Never leave home without them. That's what I've always said. That has freed up my Manticore.
It has.
There's a Typhus on 3 wounds.
Yes.
Now, my original plan was to send Lord Marshal Drier in,
Yep.
but he has other plans, potentially. How many shots do I get the Storm Eagle rockets? 4. Now, do you still need to hit you? I can see you, though.
You
so it'll
can,
be 4s.
yeah.
Oh, you might want to hit, aren't you, with your Destroyer Hive?
I am. Yes.
Okay, right, 5s.
Yes. Oh no, it's whilst he's leading a unit. It's the classic.
I've hit you twice.
Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah, weird as Destroyer Hive turns off suddenly. That is 2 hits. This is anti-infantry 2 on the Storm Eagle
that's
rockets.
beautiful. That's beautiful.
That's less beautiful, but it is a wound on a 6.
What's the damage?
-2 damage 3.
Oh. Save
makes
of a friend, officer.
As intended, the Marshal drops his sword.
It's going in.
No! The Lord Marshal draws the Sabre of Sacrifices, points it towards Typhus. He can't further charge, so he's in. I just need him to cleave your head.
Right, and your -1 hit because my contagion.
Oh, He's done well.
Okay.
It's a good start.
Four
It's a good
hits.
start. 4 hits. Now, if I get that again, you're just dead.
Yep.
You're just dead.
If you get 4s.
I get 4s.
You're devastating.
Devastating moves, anti-victory 4. That's what I need.
Oh!
Never in doubt!
I've only got 3 left. Oh, you killed him!
I lost of his head!
Drier, we literally decapitated him.
Lifts his head up. We've got him!
The Daemon Prince finally rends a proper hole into this Hellhound and unleashes round after pestilent round into the crew that are exposed within. Goodbye.
You did us proud, boys. You did us proud.
Right, we're going to do Lord of Contagion now, and his 2 Deathshroud into that Hellhound.
Oh no!
Destroy this as well.
The wall of fire's dying.
Lord of Contagion. No lethal hits, but they are all hits.
He's quite spicy.
I do need 5s to wounds though. I only get the 1 wound. It's -2.
-2.
Yep. That is 3 damage, I'm afraid.
Ooh, that's quite a bit.
Then the Death Shroud. Ooh, I can re-roll the hits, but no lethal, incredibly. And I missed that.
Ooh, okay.
So how many wounds you got left there?
I have now...
After 3.
5.
Okay. Oh, you're going to live, aren't you? That's what you're going to do. You're going to live because I can't wound you. That's what's going to happen. Let's go
Phil, there's a big gaping hole in my legs! That is my turn. It was a good punch back.
It was.
I must say.
And killing Typhus with Drier was pretty epic.
It was one of those things, I saw the domino effect of if I have grenades, and if I do this, I was like, this is very cool. So that's very nice. It does max me out for overwhelming force and no prisoners. So that's a full 10 points this turn.
That's good.
Which is very nice because I needed that. However, I do have a major problem, which is that you have hemmed me in substantially, and despite the fact I've still got guns available, you have guns and most of the board.
Yeah.
So it really depends now what you get in your draw, because it might just be a little bit too late now. I needed that last turn, really, with the guard.
Could be problematic.
We'll just have to see.
Okay, this is how it's going down.
Oh dear.
I've drawn overwhelming force, James.
But my Marshal and my men are on objectives.
Yep. I've also drawn cleanse, which is possible.
You've got many assets to
And
do
I've
that
also, I did pick up the full 15 for the primary because my Plagueburst Crawler is within
Yeah!
that objective.
I was hoping I might
which
edge it with
pips-
Drier, but...
No, Pips Drier, I'm afraid. So therefore, we're going to do some moving. I've got some targets. See what's left. Seeing the tank commander, the Prince makes his way for a final confrontation. The Plagueburst Crawler moves towards the enemy objective. The Poxwalkers continue shambling towards the centre, getting within range of the objective, and then perform the cleanse action. We're in a shooting phase. The second unit of Poxwalkers will actually also do a cleanse. So I've got both the objectives in No Man's Land, they're doing cleanse. The rear Plagueburst Crawler is going to fire at Drier, I'm afraid, with a rot hail volley gun, and its entropy cannons and the mortar will fire at your Basilisk on 2 wounds.
Oh!
Let's open with the rot hail.
Oh no, you devil.
Rapid fire here. 3 hits. The old 3 hits. Oh, one of them's a that doesn't matter. 2 wounds.
2 wounds? 2 wounds.
2 wounds on Drier.
Hup! Oh no! Oh, both will go through. What's the damage here?
Only a 4. It's only damage 1.
I feel no pain! Oh, he's taken 2 wounds, he's not wounds remaining.
Okay. The entropy cannons into your Basilisk.
Yes, indeed.
Both hit on a throw.
I should note my smoke shells are on my tank commander, my Manticore, and the other Basilisk, but oh dear.
Sure. That is 2 wounds, I'm afraid.
That's not good. I only have
The entropy cannon is strength 10. This is minus 3.
It's not good.
That's 2d6 plus 2 damage.
Oh. Well, that's enough. Well, do I take a chunky Demon Prince with me? I don't, I'm afraid. But good night. Mistreat is the name of that one.
At this point, it's point blank death.
Savage.
Plagueburster, 2 entropy cannons into Drier.
Oh,
merciless. The mortar, all the way over into the Krieg, which you did manage to.
I did manage to bring another one back.
Your Medipack last turn as well.
He would rather have stayed down, I think.
The rot hair will also go into Drier. First of all, let's just do entropy cannon, shall we? Well, that's a lethal hit.
That is a lethal hit.
Minus 3.
Oh no, I'm not going to spend my CP.
Well, I've got D6 plus 1 damage.
He's going to shrug it.
7,
he's going to
5
shrug
upfield
it.
opades.
He's
or is
going
it 6
to,
upfield opades?
He's going to shrug them all. Oh, he is gone. He is deceased.
Look, he did well.
He did great.
Did well.
Look, no complaints
slain.
for Lord Marshal.
Right, now let's do the mortar into your guardsmen. Oh
no, that was,
6
oh dear. That wasn't the noise I wanted when I looked down then.
And the blast, because you got more than 5.
Oh no.
Right, it is indirect, so I'm hitting you on 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4. I only get the 4 hits.
Okay, fair enough.
So it could have been far worse.
Could have been far worse.
But I only get 2 wounds, actually.
Kriegsmen will never die.
But I do kill
2 of them do.
Okay, fair enough. Finishing off the shooting phase here, the Plague Spewer from the Prince incinerates 3 of the Krieg guardsmen, and then the Rot Hail finishes off the remaining 2 from the Plagueburst Crawler. The entropy cannons and the mortar do try to find their mark on the tank commander, but sadly ping harmlessly off of his hull. We're in the fight phase. Couldn't fail to charge. In I go.
I like that it looks like the tank commander's trying not to look at the Demon Prince.
I'm spending a CP on Sanguis Flux, so I'm going to get sustained 1. All right. Yeah. I've got 7 attacks here, and of course they're devastating as well because I've charged.
I've only got 6 wounds left. Oh.
Okay. 2s.
Okay.
6s will be sustained.
Oh my goodness.
That's 4 additional hits.
Sorry. Yep.
Any 6s will be devastating.
Yeah, you get that roll to get him in trouble.
What?
Oh, okay.
0. Okay, so I get 2 wounds. It won't be enough to kill you because he is only damaged 2. Oh no, he is damaged 3.
Oh no.
Okay, but it's only AP 2. All you need to do is make 1 save. Of course, you make both. So the Prince does nothing. The Lord of Contagion raises his Plague Blade and does what the Demon Prince could not, rending a gaping hole in the Hellhound and destroying it once and for all. Well, that does conclude my turn. I've finally dealt with the right flank for the most part anyway. I'm now holding every single objective on the board.
It's not going good.
I've got Overwhelming Force for 5,
Very
and I've
nice.
got Cleanse for 4, with both my Poxwalker units holding those No Man Land objectives doing Cleanse.
Nice.
So my Prince did whiff, and he's been really got up and down the entire game, but he is now in combat with your
commander. He
commander.
has tied up the tank commander. I can't shoot out and stuff, but it limits my movement. A bit of a pickle.
The big issue you've got is now your turn 4, and you're not going to score any primary.
Yes, indeed. Let's have a look at what cards I draw. I mean, we're not off to a flying start. We've got Established Locus and then Secure No Man's Land. I mean, the No Man's Land is not secure, and I shan't be establishing any loci. And with that, I'm happy to
Thank you
concede.
very much,
Thank
Lord Marshal Drier.
Lord Marshal Drier. Yeah. Look, I think it's a funny one with this detachment, guys.
Yeah.
I think I really wanted to go with the Krieg theme and show off those units. And to be fair,
Use the models painted by Fletcher.
and use the brand new models painted by Fletcher. And also, to be fair, the artillery piece, Lord Marshal Drier, the Death Riders, the Kriegsmen have all done really, really well.
They actually have.
They've actually done really good. I think, just unfortunately, and we go over this in the review, the detachments are a bit strange in this book. Like, the fact my army rule kind of disappears when I'm on the middle of the board.
Yes.
Is sort of like, well, okay, that's a bit unfortunate. But surely it would then really buff up your artillery units?
Yeah.
No, they've had changes.
Yeah.
There's a lot to discuss with this book, and we go over that. It's available right now and on demand is our full thoughts on the Codex. But I wanted to run something that's a bit fun and just a bit different to show you what's new. Combined arms are still very good, and I'm running the Hammer of the Emperor, which is the tank detachment on demand on Tuesday. So that will be very exciting, so stay tuned for that. It's a funny one.
I think with Drier, we need the 10 horses.
We need the 10 horses,
But
yes,
you probably
100%.
wouldn't take more than that.
No, because he gives you the
he's the one that
which
gives
is
them
nice.
devastating wounds. Otherwise, they.
And he's a really good weapon. He's good at sniping
he's great.
characters. You can epic challenge stuff
No,
with the
I'm a
anti-infantry
fan.
4.
I think that's cool. I think I'd like 3 of these artillery pieces.
Yes.
Yeah, they're a bit expensive, but.
Well, with the
going
siege
Krieg,
cannon,
right?
when they do hit, they hit hard. I think the changes to Manticores, they're great now at dealing with like Terminators, say. But I think if you are dealing with any like tanks or anything like that, you then start to suffer. Demolishers are still really great, those kind of things. It's just, I think look, there's lots to enjoy in the book, but the Krieg stuff's great, and also Fletcher's done an amazing job.
He has.
On painting. So if you want to see how to paint it,
there's
a painting tutorial.
There is.
There's a painting tutorial coming
Check it out.
So check that one out.
Yeah.
I think it's available right now, actually.
That's right,
as that happens,
yeah.
which is very exciting. But thank you for the game, sir.
Right,
Well
thank you very
piloted
much.
with
My
the
first time
Death
using Death Guard in 10th.
Very nice.
Interesting, fun army to use. I thought we'd do an artillery war. My artillery did hold up in the end.
held up well,
My Defilers did not.
No, I know, and that turn I had when I really punched back hard did the business. It's just they can be very swingy, the guards.
You just didn't have enough to push out. I think if you had more guardsmen, which we need to paint, more, chimeras maybe, pushing forward.
Or even if I'd had that turn earlier, it might have hit through the Defilers. I could have pushed out earlier. I think it's just that swing didn't really go my way until too late, maybe. But a very fun game was had. That was excellent. Thank you.
Look, we look forward to seeing your game on demand. With all of the tanks. And see what this Astra Militarum Codex can do. If you fancy signing up for that, go jump onto our app, available on iOS and Android, or check out our website. You can sign up there. As ever, thank you so much for your support. Thank you to Ed, our Servo Skull today. And thank you to Lord Marshal Drier himself.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sleep well, Typhus. See you next time.
Cut! Nice. 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 Nice.
God.
Nice. 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 Nice.
Nice.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice. 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 Perfect. Nice. 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 Cut! Cool. Nice. Thank you.